different points in life, people want different things. For some people, it's career. For some people, it's love and family. For some people, it's both. But usually, it's one or the other. Doesn't mean you can't have both. But for me, it's amazing. Sometimes you shut the possibility of love down when it does come your way because you tell yourself, well, I'm not ready. Or let me wait until the circumstances are more ideal, until I have a better job, or until I have a nicer house or car, or let me wait until things are less stressful in my life, or just more ideal circumstances, or whatever that is.
Or you're emotionally ready.
And then there's sometimes where from your past that things will never be ideally perfect. And this. If you've done even a basic amount of dating through your 20s to 30s, whatever, and you kind of get the idea that, it's never going to be perfect. And sometimes you just have to kind of take the chance and give something a chance to manifest itself and just see where it goes. And so there's different times where, I've met women that had their different issues, and I thought, oh gosh, this person's not ready for a relationship, let's just be friends. Or, sometimes you just go your separate ways. But sometimes when you do give it a chance, and then you see that, that you're not completely compatible, but that for the most part, the compatibility is there, the bond, the chemistry, intimacy, personality, laughter, humor, all that good stuff is there. It's important, especially when you have someone that you have good communication with. And right off the bat, that you can talk to somebody about just about anything, just by some of your first conversations and how in-depth those conversations are. And for me, it was kind of like realizing in this span of just the first couple days of meeting her, I thought, she's not exactly the type that I go for, but then again, I have many different types. And she's a little bit messy right now because she's really emotional about a lot of stuff that she's had. She's struggling with things from her past. She's kind of on a bender, drinking a little bit, maybe a little bit too much in the daytime. I thought, well, she's on vacation. Either way, when I saw some things that normally in the past, I would have kind of looked at that as, red flags or even a yellow flag as a caution to say, do I really want to kind of allow myself to be open to have feelings for this person or really get into a relationship with somebody that's kind of in this position, or I guess you could say transition in life, because we all go through different phases and different chapters in our life, if you will, right? And so for me, just kind of seeing the situation, non-biased, just from, just standing back for a moment, I thought, here's an example of things in life and people in life that are not perfect, but there's something there. There's a spark, right? That you wish that you were meeting somebody, if that you were maybe in a better position in life financially or circumstantially, whatever. But you put all that stuff aside and you say, you know what, we've got something here. We have a genuine connection. We're happy with each other. We laugh like two kids on Christmas. Like we're happy. And we don't really have to try hard at all to make each other happy. It completely comes naturally. And so when you have this type of connection and you realize that, you know what, I'm not exactly sure where this road is going to go, but I do know and I do believe that there's a reason that we met. And the fact remains is that for me, I just know that it was just completely natural for me to kind of let my guard down and allow myself to have feelings for her. And I believe it was the same for her as well. And that was confirmed when she told me that she loved me. And I knew that I loved her as well. And sometimes you want to tell someone at the time, you know, it depends on the timing of when somebody tells you, but sometimes you want to wait, you know. But either way, like, you know when you know that you love someone, right? And it's not even about how you feel, it's also a choice. And so you know at that moment that wherever the road takes you, you know that you're going to do it together, and you're going to keep your communication there, and you're going to be patient with each other and tell each other how you feel. And sometimes you also want to rescue someone. You can see that they're struggling with pain in their life, you know, and I could relate to some of the pain and struggles that she was dealing with. And you know, sometimes men, we're Mr. Fix-Its, right? We want to fix people, we want to help, we want to make things all better, right? And I'm one of those people that my heart goes out to somebody, especially when I see they're in kind of a struggle, in kind of a midlife crisis, or even just whatever you want to call it, a transition in life where they're just trying to find themselves again and get their feet back on the ground. And you know that you definitely care enough about someone that you're willing to even take on their problems and their issues. That's love, right? When you're willing to make somebody else's burdens become your burdens and take on that challenge, right? Take on that responsibility, take on that kind of that piece of somebody that you know you've connected with, and now you've started to become one with them, and you have made the choice, right? It really comes back to a choice. Not just choosing to love someone, but choosing to be a part of their life, regardless of the imperfect circumstances in someone's life. And you know that you can make a difference in this person's life. For Sarah, she was starting to get healthy again, her diet. We were ready, both of us ready to quit smoking cigarettes, ready to start working out again. We already talked about bike riding, going walking, going hiking, and just on the precipice of ready to make those changes and start a new life here in Arizona, just when everything was all starting to come together and this new start. And then just to see it all gone in a flash so quickly is beyond heartbreaking to me. And I miss her every day. My mom used to say, "Love, isn't it grand?" Isn't it grand? It's so rare to find love nowadays, just in general, in life, period. And life is imperfect, but when you love someone and you have compatibility, it's about two people working together as one unit, right? And just figuring it out together. And chemistry and compatibility is very important, but if you have good communication, communication is the key. And having love and friendship, being best friends, is really just the bonus. It's a special gift to be able to share that type of connection with someone. So, thank you for letting me share that with y'all.